Welcome, everybody, to episode 56 of eBay Scavengers, a podcast for turning trash to cash. Today, we're going to have a lot of fun. We have Mikey and myself, Wendy, and we're going to be calling my mom. So my mom actually can't work a computer. She's pretty out of date. She's in her 80s, but she has a lifelong scavenging habit. So as a kid, I lived in a house full of antiques. I kind of hated them. I guess that's just natural when you're growing up. But anyway, my mom is now retired, and she lives on a lot less money than she once lived off of. And she's become a really good scavenger, and she's pretty clever. She volunteers at thrift shops. I think she's got a pretty good eye for quality. She pulls a lot of stuff for me and Mikey, and some crazy stuff like computer stands and kitchen gadgets and lots of Afghans. And she's seen a lot. So we're going to talk to her today. We're going to go ahead and give her a call with you right now.
Hello?
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for being on our show. The show, by the way, is called eBay Scavengers. So the reason that I wanted to interview you was because growing up, you always had a great eye and collected antiques. And then recently, you started volunteering in thrift shops the last bunch of years. So I thought I'd start by asking you when you started volunteering in thrift shops and why.
Well, I started doing volunteering work in thrift shops because I thought that I should help the thrift shop out, which was donating money towards a different situation to help people, like helping mental people, helping people of different religions, of helping people that don't have to live on the street, and helping medical people when they would need some money to pay doctor bills.
Right. So I'm curious to know about the perks because I know you get a lot of perks working there. You're always giving me great stuff, and I know you decorated your house with stuff from the thrift shop. So what are the perks of being an employee and working there?
Well, it makes you feel good that you're contributing to the community and helping the cause. I think that's a good thing to do, and I wish more people would volunteer, and I am a volunteer. I don't get paid for it.
So, you know, the people who listen to this podcast, they want to know about how to get good stuff, right? They want to buy stuff in thrift shops, and they want to be able to sell it online and make some money. So some of them might even be considering volunteering for thrift shops so that they can get good picks and discounts.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Do you get discounts because you work there, or do you get access to free stuff?
You get a discount. It's all according to which thrift shop you volunteer at. They give you different discounts that help you because you are a volunteer. And you could pick out, like anybody that would come in the store and buy something, and you would get a certain rate off on it.
So what would be a good discount for an employee to get?
Well, if they're very generous, they might give you 50% off on it.
And do you ever get stuff free?
No, you pay for everything that you get there at the thrift shop, which is right, because it goes towards the contribution towards whatever the thrift shop is raising money for. And they're trying to raise money for different things.
So when you're at work and there's other volunteers who work there, do you ever suspect that some of them might be reselling stuff online?
Yes, some of them do, yes.
Are they open about it?
Yes, they're very open. They bought it, they paid money for it, it's theirs, they can sell it. How can you stop them? You can't stop somebody that bought something and want to put it on eBay.
Right. Well, so let's talk a little about the process. So a lot of people are curious to know, like, what happens when someone donates stuff to the thrift shop? Like, what happens when they bring it in? Does it get sorted? What's the process?
Okay, when they bring it in, we bring it to the back of the store usually. First of all, and we ask the person who's donating whatever clothes, knickknacks, spurs, or whatever they wanted to donate, if they would like a receipt, which they could use for tax purposes. Then we take it to the back and we sort it out. If it's sellable, sometimes some things that people donate are not sellable. So we give that to the homeless. We try to use up everything that is donated. Then we put it out for people to buy, and we price it.
And at what point do the people who work there, at what point are they already picking stuff out that they want?
Well, if something comes in that you like, you can ask the manager how much it would be, and she'll tell you. And you could pay for it at the end of the day.
I see. Tell me a little bit about some of the things you've observed, because I know that there was a time where the thrift shops had a lot more higher-end stuff, and lately I think you mentioned to me that it wasn't the same. So can you tell me a little about what you've seen?
Well, I think that the state of New Mexico has gone through a very bad process right now. A lot of people are out of work. People that once had jobs that they could make good salaries at have diminished. And the thing now is that they can't donate as much as they wanted to before because their salaries are less. And the quality of clothes and knickknacks and furniture that come in aren't as great as they were at one time when things were better in New Mexico.
Yeah, it's a bummer a little bit. So I'm curious, what kind of things do you look for when you're at the store, kind of looking for yourself?
Well, I look for something that I could wear, knick-knack or a picture that I could use, whatever catches my eye, to be honest with you.
Do you have any tips for people who might be going to thrift stores looking for high-quality goods? Any tips about what to avoid or where to find stuff, or just something that we might not already know?
Well, I think people that go to thrift shops are pretty sharp, and they know what to buy. They look at labels. They size up what they think is good quality. They try to buy things that will look nice in their homes. And if they have any furniture on sale, they could use in their homes. Whatever they think that they could probably use, they buy, actually. Some people have better eyes on picking out better things than some.
Yeah.
But everybody seems to love thrift shops, especially women.
They do. I've noticed that too, Ma. Do you have any stories about people bargaining at checkout? Do people try?
Oh, they always try. I don't blame them. They try. It doesn't hurt to try. Sometimes if we've had things a very long time and they don't seem to move, we might give them something off. But most of the times we try to stick to our prices.
Yeah. Do you think people steal stuff?
Well, I imagine so. Every place on earth, I think any store, people try to steal things.
Where we live, down south of you, the thrift shop's drop point for people who are donating is behind the store. So if you go there at night, there's piles of stuff. And we've noticed that there's always people in those piles at night digging through and taking what they want before the store even sees it.
Well, we don't encourage people to leave things out. If you're going to leave something, please don't leave it by the door, because somebody will see a bundle there, and it's natural they'll say, well, gee, maybe I could use this bundle. or if they leave even a piece of furniture, gee, I could use this piece of furniture. You don't encourage people to leave anything at the door. Please just bring it in.
So you've collected some interesting stuff that I remember, and in particular, you've gathered some really nice Afghans. Are they still around in the thrift?
Yes. There are still some Afghans come in. Yes, people get tired of the same kind, and we do get Afghans. Naturally, the prices aren't the same as they used to be. Things have gone up, so naturally things in pricing in the thrift shop has gone up too. What you bought 5 or 10 years ago isn't the same price anymore. We have to adjust because we do have to pay for lighting, and we have to pay for heat, and we have to pay for rent. So our prices have gone up a little bit, but we try to keep it down as much as we can.
Yeah. So have you ever had any funny stories occur at work? Did you ever see anything that stands out as just funny things that happen at thrift shops?
The only thing I can think of is that a dishwasher came in. Somebody had donated a dishwasher, and this woman came in. She wanted to buy it, and we wanted to sell it to her. But, what we sell, you have to take with you. You don't have anybody that can bring it to you. So she made up her mind she was going to take it home. So she got a girlfriend, and she and the girlfriend lugged that dishwasher into a car that you wouldn't believe was a big SUV. But they got it in, and I don't know how they ever did it because that was like a miracle. And they drove off. So that was the biggest laugh of all, They wanted that dishwasher. And I remember, now I'm thinking back, a woman saw a cabinet, and it wouldn't fit in her. She had a small truck, and it wouldn't fit in her truck. Took the cabinet apart. She sat down on the floor and took the whole thing apart, put all the nails and screws and everything, and all the boards and everything in neat piles, and got it into her small truck. Now, it's unbelievable what people, if they want something, what they will do to get it.
Yeah, well, those are good stories. I wonder if you notice any trends, like things that become popular all of a sudden and people can run in to buy it.
Well, a lot of people have, they save certain things. Some people save owls, some people save certain kind of dishes, some people save certain kind of pictures. I mean, if they see it and we have a couple of those, they'll come in, they'll buy it. A lot of people save certain, different hobbies. And their hobbies, like there's one woman that used to come in, she would only buy crosses, and she had them all over her wall. And that was her thing. And there's another person that would like roosters, and she would come in and buy roosters. She always came in after if we had any. And there was another woman that saved teapots. She liked all fancy teapots. So everybody has a different thing they like.
Yeah. Well, I know that volunteering's been good for you because it's been helpful in just living on less money and being able to obtain goods that you need. I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know if you would recommend that people who are selling on eBay work at thrift shops so they can access the better goods at a better price.
If they can. No, most people have to work during the day unless they're retired or they have a lot of money that they can afford to do that. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for them. And, any situation like that.
Some of our listeners do eBay stores full time, so they might actually have a day or two a week that they can spare. I'm curious to know if you think what the thrift shop determines to be trash and what they don't put in the store. I'm curious to know what kind of goods those are. What's not good enough for the thrift shop?
Everything is good enough for this. thrift shop if it's in good condition. If it's not in good condition, we can't sell it. So we can't sell something that's broken. We can't sell something that's torn or has dirt on it, or somebody had in the attic for 100 years. I mean, some things you just can't sell.
Yeah.
And after a while, you look at them and you realize you just can't sell these things because some are dirty, some things come in dirty, you can't sell. If people are interested in volunteering for working in the thrift shop, I think it's nice to give what they can, and whatever they do with buying whatever they buy, that's up to them what they do with it, as long as the thrift shop could make money.
I wonder, because, the women in thrift shops tend to be a little older, and I'm wondering if you've noticed if they have enough knowledge about the technology that comes in.
Oh, yes. Yes, they do. More than you think.
So they know if something's out of date or modern enough, and they understand, things like which cables go with what. Well,
what cables are you referring to?
Well, sometimes you'll get a appliance or an electronic device, and it won't have the right cables with it, or it'll be missing something, or it'll be a couple of generations out of date. I'm wondering if the folks in the thrift shops know that.
Sometimes people have saved their papers, instruction papers. Sometimes one remembers how to use this thing, and somebody knows how to plug in the other thing, and we manage.
You manage.
You'd be surprised. One knows a little bit, and the other one knows a little bit. And if we can't figure it out, sometimes we put it out, and the customer comes in and says, "See, I know what to do with this." We'll ask, because sometimes we have steady customers. We'll ask, and they show us how to do it.
Yeah. I know I've told you this, but many of the things you've picked at the thrift shop and given to me as a gift, I sold on eBay.
Good.
Yeah.
That's your privilege. It's my privilege to give you a gift, and whatever you do with it, that's your business.
I sell it on eBay, and then I take you out to lunch.
That's true. That's true, and I enjoy it very much.
So do I. I think it works in the end.
Yes, it does.
All right, Ma. Well, this was very helpful. Thank you for your perspective from the thrift shop level. Do you have any other thoughts you think might be important to folks who are looking for deals at thrift shops?
I think you've got to have an open mind. You've got to go in and spend some time looking around. And you have to see what prices they have. You have to see the condition of what you want to buy. And I think it's important for you to try on your clothes if you can. We do, most places will let you exchange if it doesn't fit, or we don't give back money, but we do let you exchange. Now, if you buy an object and it doesn't work, say a radio or a lamp, you can bring it back and you can get credit. I think that's good. So people should shop at thrift shops. I like it. I've been doing it for years. And I think that people should donate back. What'd you say?
Yeah, I agree. It's good to donate back. It keeps things, it keeps the loop going. That was helpful, Mom. Thank you very much. And you're now on eBay Scavengers.
Oh, well. Okay.
All right. Love you.
Been nice talking to you. Love you, too.
Bye-bye.